You know those stories that start off so ordinary, they make you think. That could never happen to me. This is one of them. It all started on a warm Friday night in Chicago. The bars were packed, the streets buzzing with energy. My friends and I were doing what we always did on a weekend, blowing off steam, catching the Cubs game, and enjoying being young and free. But I didn't know that night. I was about to meet someone who would change how I saw strangers forever. I met Matt that night. We bumped into each other at the bar while watching the Cubs game. He was tall, mid-20s, athletic build, and had one of those magnetic smiles. He cracked a joke about the pitcher, and we instantly clicked. Just two guys vibing over beers and baseball. Before we parted ways, we exchanged Instagram handles. Later that night, I checked his profile. Lots of followers, travel, gym pics. He looked like your average social guy. No red flags, not yet. The next night, we ran into each other again, at a totally different bar. He said it was one of his favourites. At the time, it felt like coincidence. Looking back, it was the first sign. He stayed near me all night, blended in with the group, but didn't really connect with anyone else. Still, he seemed harmless, just a chill guy. The following weekend, he invited me golfing. None of my other friends could make it, so I went alone, just Matt and me. Again, everything felt normal. He was funny, friendly, paid for lunch, offered advice on my swing. A few days later, he asked, "Ever been to the Grand Canyon?" I hadn't. "Let's go, I'll handle the Airbnb." It sounded impulsive, but I was craving adventure. I invited some friends. They declined. Matt said it would be just us. I didn't think too hard about it. He seemed normal, trustworthy. So we flew to Phoenix together. The Airbnb was small, cozy, but there was only one bed. He said I could take the couch. I went to sleep that night thinking it was just a fun weekend ahead. But something woke me up. It was late. I saw him walking to the kitchen for water, then standing. Still. Just standing. Strange, but not alarming yet. The next day, we hiked the Grand Canyon, took pictures. He was overly into posing me for shots, obsessive about angles. That night, we went drinking. A lot. I passed out on the couch. When I woke up around 3 a.m, my phone was gone. I found it unplugged, sitting on the table. Not where I left it. That's when I felt it. Something was off. Next day, he cooked breakfast. Pretended nothing happened. I played along. But inside, I was on edge. That night, he insisted I take the bed. He'd sleep on the couch. I accepted. I locked the door. Around 4 a.m, I woke up again. My phone charger was dangling. Phone gone. Then I saw him, on the floor next to the bed, face down. I asked what he was doing. He said he must have wandered in by mistake. But the layout of the room made that impossible to believe. He handed me my phone, said it had fallen, but I knew. He'd taken it again. Later that night, I woke up one last time. He was standing at the foot of my bed. Then, without saying a word, he sat down and reached out to rub my foot. I freaked out, screamed, kicked him off the bed, packed everything, called an Uber. He just sat on the couch, watching. Didn't speak, didn't move. I left at 4:30 a.m, barefoot and shaking. Back in Chicago, I told all my friends everything. They were shocked. One friend said he always showed up after your stories went live. Maybe he was following you, tracking you. That thought chilled me to the bone. I messaged a guy from Matt's Instagram. He replied, "That dude's a freak. Run." Matt had done this before, to other guys, to friends of friends. I wasn't the first, and I might not have been the last. I used to think caution made you paranoid. Now I know. It makes you safe. Predators don't always break in. Sometimes you invite them in, and that's what haunts me most. If something feels off, trust it. You don't need proof to protect yourself. Just walk away, even if the danger is smiling right beside you. believe in gut instinct? I didn't, until the night it became the only thing that saved me from vanishing forever. It started during a summer vacation in Florida. My sister Ashley and I, along with a group of college friends, rented an Airbnb by the beach. We called it our Freedom Week. No finals, no work, just ocean breeze, cold beer, and sleepless nights. We got there in early July, hot, humid, and picturesque. Daytime was for sunbathing, beach volleyball, and swimming. Nights were wild, parties, loud music, tequila, and laughter echoing into the dark. Ashley was the heart of the group, the loudest laugh, the boldest dancer, always the first to suggest exploring creepy places at night. That's why, on the fourth night, when she said she wanted to take a midnight walk on the beach, I wasn't surprised. What surprised me was that she wanted to go alone. I remember checking the time, 11:58 p.m. I was out on the porch listening to my playlist, sipping my third beer, when Ashley stepped out. She wore a grey hoodie and had her hair tied up. She waved at me. "I'm going to take a quick walk down the beach. Just need some air." I frowned. "At this hour? I'll come with you." She shook her head. "Nah, it's cool. I'll be back soon." I hesitated, but didn't want to overreact. This was Florida after all. Supposedly one of the safest tourist states. I nodded. "Be quick and bring your phone." She smiled and walked off, her footprints fading into the sand, swallowed by the dark. 30 minutes passed. I checked my phone. No messages, no calls. I started to worry. Called her. No answer. 10 minutes later, I was on my feet, walking in the direction she'd gone. The beach at night was eerily quiet. No crashing waves, just wind whipping past my ears. Sharp, cold, almost like needles. I called her name. No reply. Then I saw something. A small object half buried in the sand. Ashley's phone. Screen cracked. Wet sand clinging to the back. My heart dropped. I bent down. Just then my flashlight flickered. I heard footsteps, but not from ahead. From behind me. I spun around, light flashing into the darkness. No one there, but I swear, I heard sand crunching, like someone walking behind me. I shouted, "Ashley!" Silence. I kept walking, calling her name, sweeping the flashlight in wide arcs. Then I saw them. Footprints. 2 sets. One small, one larger, deeper, walking side by side. But the larger set turned around. Ashley hadn't turned back. Someone else had. I followed the tracks. They led into a patch of trees just off the beach, out of reach from the streetlights. I yelled again, "Ashley, answer me!" And then a whisper, faint, trembling, "Help me." I ran into the trees. Flashlight bouncing off trunks, tangled branches, and choking shadows. And then I saw her. Ashley was sitting on the ground, hugging her knees, her face pale, eyes wild, her hoodie torn at the shoulder. I rushed over. "Are you okay? Who did this?" She trembled, whispering, I don't know where he came from. He didn't say a word, just followed me, stood close, too close, and then disappeared. I helped her up and gripped her hand. "We're leaving. Now." That night, Ashley didn't sleep. She sat on the couch, eyes wide, unmoving. My friends and I took turns staying awake with her. The next day, we reported it to the police. They came, took notes, promised to patrol more often. But a week after we got back home, I received a DM from an unknown Instagram account. "Next time, don't let her walk alone." My stomach dropped. I checked the profile. No avatar. Just one post. A sunset photo of an empty beach. Same angle. Same spot where Ashley disappeared. I sent everything to the police. They said it wasn't enough. And since then, I've never been able to shake the feeling that someone's watching. If you ever feel that something's wrong, if your instincts whisper that you're not alone, don't ignore it, because sometimes what's stalking you isn't the night. It's someone standing just outside the light. someone who thinks summer is for freedom, road trips, new friends, and adventure. But after what happened to me, I can't step into the woods without looking over my shoulder. It was the summer after high school graduation. 3 of us, me, my best friend Tyler, and his cousin Sam, decided to go on one last camping trip before we went our separate ways for college. Tyler found a spot online. A hidden gem, he called it. A small, remote campground up in the Adirondacks. No service, no neighbours, just us and the trees. Exactly what we wanted. We packed up the car. Tents, beer, way too many snacks, and drove 6 hours into what felt like the middle of nowhere. The campground was weirdly empty. No rangers, no other campers, just a broken wooden sign that read Site 19. We set up camp near the lake. It was stunning. Still water, fireflies, the whole summer dream. The first night we drank, made dumb jokes, and passed out in our tents. The second night is when things started to feel wrong. It started small. Sam said he heard rustling in the woods, loud enough to wake him up. Tyler laughed it off. It's just raccoons. But that night, I woke up too. Something was brushing against the outside of my tent. Not violently, just slow, like fingertips dragging across the fabric. I held my breath, listened. No footsteps, no voices. When I looked outside with my flashlight, I saw nothing. But in the morning, I noticed something strange. All our backpacks had been moved, not taken, just placed in a neat row near the edge of the woods. None of us did it. Tyler thought it was a prank, but Sam was pale. He said, "I don't think we're alone out here." We agreed to pack up and leave the next morning. That night would be our last. I wish we hadn't waited. Around midnight, we built our last fire. Tyler fell asleep early in his hammock. Sam and I sat by the flames, talking about stupid high school stuff. Suddenly, we heard it, a whistle. It echoed from deep in the trees, short, sharp, deliberate. We froze. Then another whistle, closer. Then a third, from behind us. Sam grabbed my arm. "Someone's messing with us," I whispered. "No one knows we're here." We woke Tyler, who was groggy and annoyed, until he heard the next sound. Not a whistle. A voice, calling Sam's name. From the woods. A voice that sounded exactly like Tyler. But Tyler was right beside us. Sam turned white. "What the hell is that?" More voices joined in, whispering, repeating our names, mocking us. We ran into the tent, zipped it shut, grabbed the small hatchet we brought for firewood. The whispers got louder, then stopped, and we heard breathing right outside.